What's good, y'all? Welcome to an episode of Buzz Boys. I'm your host, Terry. Tonight, unfortunately, the Hornets were not able to end the Cavs' unbeaten streak. They moved to 15-0, and we fought, I believe, 5-8. But even though we lost, there were still some good takeaways from the game. Playing a team like this, even though it didn't have Donovan Mitchell, we still did a lot of things right. There was still a lot of positives. I mean, the fact that we were able to cut the lead down to three multiple times. We cut to three, they push it back up to 11. We cut it back down to three, they push it back up. We cut it back down. Like, it showed fight. And, in that fourth quarter, the shots just stopped dropping. But we had open shots. We kept shooting them. This is what it is. Sometimes they're going to fall, sometimes they're not. I've referenced it plenty of times already on this channel, but it's a term that we're going to be hearing a lot, at least from me. But we're living and dying by the three. It is going to be times where we're hot and we can't miss and we blow teams the fuck out. It's going to be times we go ice cold and it gets ugly. It's what comes with, shooting a lot of threes. It's just, it's what comes with sports, period. You're going to go cold. You're going to be hot. It just is what it is. But ultimately, the Cavs size beat us. Pause. But we already knew what we were going to be up against. You're playing a team, two centers. Mobley's up forward, but whatever. Mobley, Allen, it's the same thing as the Minnesota game. Like, we're playing a team with bigs, and we have none. They combined for 26 rebounds together and 44 points. Like, it's going to be hard to overcome, bro, when you got a front court like that. And then you got guys like Ty fucking Jerome spamming threes and shit. Like, what the fuck? But I don't know, bro. We always got to let some type of random role player just get off, bro. But, like I said, it was still a lot of things to like. Once again, we got multiple players in double digits. Josh Green showed up again. His birthday carried on. He had a 48-hour birthday. It carried on because, once again, he's here with 15 points again. And it's really good to see him be more aggressive. You got Miles with 19. LaMelo has 31 and 12. I mean, just been hooping out of his mind. Grant has 15. Brandon has 15. Jalen Green has 15. Josh Green has 15. Even Mitchell gave you 9 points, which was a surprise. To actually see him make 3 threes kind of was crazy. But yeah, man, like I said, some good, some bad in this game. It's going to be hard to win a game when your opponent shoots 43% from three, and then on top of that, they shot 27 for 28 from the free throw line. Really hard to overcome. Same way I talked about our free throws won us some games, just won this game for them. And I mean, even though we got beaten in a lot of categories, we still won the turnover battle, which is good. We were able to force 20, and we only had 9. So, I mean, in more games than not, we could probably win playing the way that we did tonight. We're just playing a fucking 15-0 team for the 4th time in NBA history. It is what it is. And I saw some people on TL, the season's over. One thing about our fan base, we're really reactive. We win high. We lose, it's low. You know what I'm saying? We can't have a roller coaster of emotions after every game. It's an 82-game season, and we're still missing big role pieces. So it's going to be okay. At the end of the day, we didn't get destroyed. We didn't get blown out by 30. That Orlando Magic game was an embarrassment. I was disgusted. It's a loss that I can take. It's a loss that I can take. But it is what it is, man. I'm going to try to keep this video short, under 10 minutes, but I'm going to get into it. Ultimately, man, Melo, he carried us. He hooped. He, wasn't the most efficient game for him, but at the end of the day, he put some numbers up. Had 5 fouls, almost fouled out. But, it's 31-12, bro. Like, the kid's crazy. The passes that he makes are amazing. Still has flaws, though. 5 turnovers, a little too many. But when you had the ball as much as he does, kind of comes with it. In the fourth quarter, man, even he couldn't really get too much going. And it was bound to happen one of these games where that fourth quarter Melo doesn't necessarily go as playing as hard to have 11, 12 in the fourth quarter every single time. Like he still had seven, but it's at the end of the day he did some last minute window dressing before he came out, but it is what it is, man. Grant, he came out, uh, had an early three. Brandon had an early three, and Brandon's been getting out to some good starts, but ultimately, man, he's been pretty inefficient, and I do kind of want to talk on that. I might not honestly go down the list with the whole game breakdown just because I'm trying to keep this short. Uh, as far as Brandon, man, I don't want to say I'm concerned, but I do notice it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't necessarily love the way that he's being used. I don't want to turn him into a shot chucker. But the thing is, it's not like he's getting bad shots or he's settling. That's the whole thing. Where, oh, Charlie's offense is da da da. Bro, Brandon's getting open shots. Like, open. He has to make them, bro. And there's going to be games where instead of going 3 for 12, he goes 9 for 12, 10 for 12. And we blow somebody out because he has like fucking 40. One of those games is gonna come sooner than later. He's gonna click. He's gonna figure it out. It's gonna click. But I mean, ultimately though, the shots that he's missing, I mean, they're not terrible shots. Um, but maybe it's a little different when he, off the ball. Last year we had a lot of injuries. It was pretty much him and Miles. Pretty much him and Miles. So it's a little different. Maybe it's a little different, on the ball versus off the ball, playing with LaMelo. He didn't get too much time playing with LaMelo last year. So maybe that's a thing, to kind of monitor. I don't want to say I'm worried because I know eventually the shots are going to drop. He's a great player and things will fall. Uh, the same way we saw Miles get off to a slow start and now he's looking like himself. Almost had a triple double tonight, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Trust me, it'll click for Brandon. I'm not too worried. Because I know eventually it'll all come together. Uh and also, that leads me to Miles, man. He stepped up. He's been a warrior. I got definitely give him his props. Uh, just the fact that he still shouldn't even be playing right now. If you go based off of the injury report that they originally set, the precedent that they originally set when he got hurt was 2 weeks. Um, he came back. It had been like a week, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm good." He's played 2 games back to back, um, and he showed up in both, and he's had some tough matchups. You got Giannis, then you turn around and have Evan Mobley, and I mean he stepped up, uh, and I mean damn impressive game: 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, a block, and 7 for 15 from the field. That's pretty much 50%. 4 for 8 from three. I mean, I gotta applaud him because, like I said, he had a bad start to the season, efficient wise, and he's turned it around. So that's how I know the tide will turn for Brandon. But yeah, I definitely gotta give props to Miles. I got to give props to Grant too, because he always steps up whenever his number is called, whether it be playing 3, 4, small ball 5. He steps up and always can conform to a role. So I got to give props for that because I know it can't be easy, bro, to be out there playing against these bigger, stronger players. But he manages to do it, and while also giving us something offensively. Managed to give us 15 points. He almost had a double double himself with 9 rebounds, uh, and efficient, 55%, 50% from three, 2 for 4. Honestly, wish you would have shot more, but you know, I still like the way that the ball moves on the perimeter. Something I talked about last night, where it's like I still see this team hunting for great shots, even when somebody has a good one. And Grant does that a lot on the perimeter too, and that's why I say, I'm not worried about where we are right now. We've had a tough start to the schedule. Um, we've lucked up a little bit with some injuries along the way to some of those teams, but ultimately, we're still playing good teams, and our record still could be way worse, and we're still missing our starter and our backup center. So it's a lot that you can hang your head about, but it's a lot that you could definitely be happy about right now where we are as a Hornets fan. Um, and like I said, Josh Green stepped up. Um, Second game in a row where he gives us, a really good contribution offensively, and 10 to 12 points. That's pretty much all I expected from him. That would I was good with that. That was kind of a high end expectation, kind of 10, 12 points. If he gives us 8 points like he did last year with the Mavs, cool. I'm cool with him having 8 to 10 points. But I feel like, on a nightly basis, you should be somewhere between that 9, 12 points somewhere offensively. The type of shooter that he is, 2 for 2. But, you don't have to just be a spot up shooter. He was able to kind of attack now. He's getting downhill. And sometimes, ridicule works, bullying works a little bit. Maybe, coach got in his ear a little bit. Hey, we need you. Be more aggressive, especially in games where we have no Trey Man. We need other people to step up. And Josh Green did do that. So I definitely got to give him his props. So yeah, I'm just overall happy to see him do that back to back. And hopefully it just continues throughout the season. And I mean, I'm not expecting him to average 15 for the rest of the way. It's just, 0 points, bro. We see what you can do. So what was the excuse for that? For 4 or 5 games, you have 0 points, 2 points. That was bad. So like I said, I'm glad to see him. Micic, like I said, man, the threes were definitely a surprise for me. Happy to see them go in a little bit because that means that he's gonna continue to shoot them. Now that he's seen them going in, if he continues to get minutes, we'll see if he gets minutes when Trey comes back. Uh, and with the trade thing, it's like I guess it's just injury management, but it's like he plays and then he sits and he plays and he sits and he plays and he sits. It's like, what's up with his back? Because I know back muscles and stuff, they're sensitive, and it could be something that lingers. I'd rather just sit Trey out for a few games and let it be gone than to back forth. But if we're just resting him as a precaution, cool. But if it's something where it's flaring up and inflammation and all of that, I don't know. Let's maybe give it a few games. But it's definitely something to monitor. And maybe this just because it was a back to back, but we'll see because we definitely need Trey out there on the floor for us, for sure. So definitely something to monitor. But yeah, if Mitchell does play, my only fear is that now that he saw a few go through, he's gonna start jacking, and we do not need that. We do not need that. We saw that last year. He has a good game. Then the next game, he's going to go out and shoot 20% from three and continue to shoot the ball. We don't need that. So that's the only thing with them going in. It's like now he's enabled to shoot more. But he did have a good game tonight. So props to him after, kind of getting DNPs for a while. Musa, only 11 minutes tonight. Had 4 boards, 3 of them offensive, and most of his damage was done in that first quarter. And we didn't really see him too much more after that. He got a minute. He played 7 minutes in the first quarter, had 2 points, 4 rebounds. Second quarter, he played 1 minute. Third quarter, he played 1 minute. Fourth quarter, he played 1 minute. So pretty much, after that first quarter, we didn't see him. I don't necessarily agree with that, just because, if there's anybody that could have helped on the boards versus Mobley and Allen, it would have been him. I understand why we went small ball, try to beat him with the 3, because the game was kind of getting a little out of hand. But I don't like to see him only play that little bit when he's been somebody who's our main rebounder, and I mean that's a category that the Cavs beat us in. Tijon hasn't been doing shit offensively. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, it's ugly, bro. I mean, I don't never want to talk now on somebody who's one of our picks are, and somebody who is a part of the future. When you're pick 6, you gotta assume part of the future, right? But it's just like, damn. There were definitely other candidates. I'm not going spend too much time on this topic. I made plenty of draft content this summer, and we went another direction. So I'm not going to dwell on it, but I definitely want to see more from Tijon if he's going to continue to get minutes. Definitely want to see him do more. Curry only played a few minutes, had a 3. He also had a very badly missed 3 and one of the worst threes I've ever seen from somebody named Curry. Hit the side of the backboard. It was ugly. Yeah, man. Ultimately, man, we can bounce back. We have some winnable games coming up. And it's okay to drop this game, man. It's okay. We have the Nets coming up. We had the Pistons coming up, and the Pistons have been playing some pretty good ball. So, neither one of those games going to be anything to scoff at, but they're both very winnable games. And then we go and play the Bucks on Saturday. So, we have a little decent winnable stretch here, and would love to be able to get to 500. Rattling off three in a row. Hopefully, we can do that. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. And I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, comment down below your thoughts on the game, man. Did you think we had a chance tonight? Did you like the way we fought tonight? How do you feel about the game? And how do you feel about our next 3 games? Do you feel like we can get to 500 and win 3 in a row versus the Nets, Pistons, and Bucks? I want to hear what y'all got to say. I let it chop it up with y'all. I always try to reply to a comment that I see. And if you don't, follow me on X, Twitter. I'm always say Twitter. It felt unnatural saying X right there at BuzzBoys919, and I'll chop it up with y'all on there too, man. But anyways, I'll catch y'all. Peace.